seeing, and then I can show you guys what I do.
All right.
Okay.
We are recording, so.
Okay, so from here, I guess you can't see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, from here to here
All right.
is where 70% of your money is traded right here. But this volume profile is going to be building throughout the day because it just started, right?
Right.
So, until 5 o'clock tomorrow. So this will kind of change.
So that whole thing is that whole
what?
box, the shaded box, is a full day.
If you actually come in here, this histogram box,
Yep. Yeah.
that's one day.
Okay. So the
That's
shaded
one-
box represents a day.
That's trading session. Start
Okay.
to top.
All right.
I'll have it on there. Did you click your POC, extend POC to the right? Patrick,
What's that?
Did you click
So-
this one?
Let me check now.
And then go over to style.
Okay. So yeah, I got it to the right.
Okay. Click
What is it?
style
All right.
and then click show values.
Show values. All right. And then I got 30 for the width.
Yeah.
All right. So the red lines are the point of control.
Yeah. Point of control. That's where the highest amount of money was at at that period that we're doing right now. Because
Right.
keep in mind it's building,
So would you say as it gets narrow towards the end, because I'm noticing whenever there's like a long candle or there's a break or something, there's hardly any nodes. They're real small.
Yeah,
So-
when I've said, hey, it's going hard and fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like say I get home and I see that it's right here, but there's no no nodes right here.
Right.
So the auction market theory basically is that price will have to jump to an agreed upon price again, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So there has been no trading in this area. So it has to jump back up to somewhere where it seeks value.
Okay. I see now.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. So, well, I want to look at this again. And so as it goes to no nodes, so would you say, I guess looking at it from my point of view, as the nodes got smaller, would you be looking for, a quick move or a breakout?
Yeah, from here up, or if price is here,
Right.
and it's coming back down. See, look, as soon as it hit this value area, it dropped back down.
Right. Okay.
Big breakouts. The point of control axes you read that book, right? Or you looked through that book, The Insiders?
Yeah, I have looked through it. Yes.
Okay, so like this is a P volume
Right.
profile. Then you got the D, and you got the B. All of those, like when you're looking at your volume profile, you need to kind of take that into consideration too, because that'll tell you, if you're going down or up, or if you're at the point of control when you're going to hit.
Okay.
When you're going to get into consolidation, I guess. Like,
Yeah, I like this. I want to look at it's kind of hard to see the one that's formed now, but I just kind of wanted to see how it formed as it's forming, you know what I mean? So you'd say the most accurate is the 30-minute, or have you traded any other charts with it?
that's where you're supposed to come in. You're supposed to help me on the 5.
Okay, well, let's look at the 5.
So I personally have, like I said, I have one screen on the 30 and then one on the 1. But I do my support and resistance lines based off of the structure, the previous structure. And then if we go through those lines, then I use, previous structure lines.
Yeah.
But
Patrick, you should be able to double screen now.
What's that?
You should be able to double screen up here.
Yeah. Let me see.
Sweet.
So most of the time, if like when I'm entering in on the 30, I use the 4-hour. I don't know about you, Kyle. Or do you just sniping it?
See, I got another chart completely different that I kind of look on here and there. That's the 4-hour. But usually 99% of the time I'm sticking to my 30 and my 1 minute. I'll click my 1 minute over to the 5 here and there to see where the stock RSI is looking like and see what direction or, it's wanting to take.
Gotcha.
But the 4-hour is a good indicator too, because you see, the bigger picture. But the 30-minute usually does that for me anyway.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make up out of it.
Here, do you want to?
5.
I'll share mine again.
No, I definitely see. I'm understanding. I guess I want to see while it's forming, what it's looking like, and how much of like a lead would it give you towards something breaking out.
See, like this time of day, you're kind of basing it off of yesterday's volume profile of where it's kind of going to go.
Yeah, so I'll go off the 30-minute right now.
All right.
And it'll make a lot more sense. So basically, like I said earlier, I'm following previous structure right now. So I'll have my support and resistance at these, crucial zones from the previous structure. While over here on my 1 minute, I still have my current structure, right?
Right.
So I'll have my, support and resistance here and here see how it just broke there, but it also extended. It moved up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So, and it just keeps moving up. So that's why I go back to previous structure and take a look at this. So it's broken my main zone right here, the 25028. So now I'll be looking for it to, as long as I get a good close above that 25028, then I'll be looking for it to come, it'll target my previous POC.
Right. Back up.
Right. But
or that low volume node.
Or
the low volume node right there. Yeah. Low volume nodes acts as really, really high support and really high resistance. So
okay,
that
would be my first bus stop if it was.
No, absolutely.
How I'd read it, but
yeah, I mean, it's definitely making sense, and I can see how this could help.
What I want you to do is I want you to flip off your volume profile, just go up there and hide it, and then I want you to mark up a chart and let me see your charts.
Yeah, let's do it. I was just thinking that, it's similar to what's being marked up by the point of controls. It's pretty similar to what I'm doing anyway, but let me switch over.
Here, I'll show you my what's it called here for a sec. My boxing. I'm doing something similar to what Patrick's doing, but
do you want me to just do something from scratch, like how I'd?
Yeah, just hide your volume profile and then
that's
your screen, and then after you get done, then flip back on your volume profile.
All right. Well.
All right, you want to share your screen?
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna erase this. I have everything drawn up right now. I'm just gonna erase it real quick.
See, I'm just boxing off as it finds some sort of, right? Like as soon as I get a close, 1 minute close there, and then pulled back and got another close. So there you go. There's, my 1 minute structure. So if it kind of tickles down like that without any sort of momentum and it closes, I'll just kind of open it up a bit. And then if it teases the top and doesn't have momentum, I'll open it up. And then as soon as it breaks out with some sort of momentum, then I'll take a position. But sometimes it'll just broaden more and more until it breaks with some momentum. So you get used to visualizing it the more time you have on the charts.
Yeah.
All right, man. Whenever you're ready, and I can draw up. Let me try to share. Cool. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. So I'll just draw up. I guess the whole thing how I had it. So I mean, I guess if I was, let's say I just started trading, and the first thing I was going to do was draw up, something I didn't have drawn up. What I would notice is this up here. Probably call that a resistance. And to confirm that I was accurate, I'm going to go down to my 1 minute chart and take a look at it. I would call that my resistance, just because there's more points that touch right on it.
Yeah.
Cleanly. Again, whenever I'm, looking for a breakout or something, I'm always weary anywhere from here to here based off of what I marked down. But I'm always going to go to my 1 minute chart just so I can make sure it's more accurate there. All right. I also noticed that there's a lot of wicks that are touching right in this area as well. So I would probably drop something in here just to be wary of. And then again, I would check my 1 minute chart.
Oh, and before I forget, Patrick, if you just want to go to that book and go to page 51, that's the starter volume profile. The 1 through 51 is like how he uses price action with it.
So I see right in this area, there's also a lot of peaks being made around this area. So it's something that I would know. I wouldn't necessarily, I'm not just drawing these up, everything's not going to be a support or resistance. But as well as you guys know, the way that US30 trades in the levels, that's why I'm going to mark it off like that. Next thing. Let's chop it up. Probably go right there. So these are different levels that I'm looking at. Now, altogether, I wouldn't even be trading this to begin with.
Right.
I just don't like when it's, it's moving like this. It's too unpredictable. But I mean, if I was going to, box up something like this, what I'd be looking at is this consolidation moving like that. So I'd probably drop, again, I'm dropping, support where the most wicks touch cleanly, or wherever, the most commotion is, probably right here. It's breaking right now.
Yeah, I just took that $38.
Nice. Nice move, man.
Yeah, it faked out of my little box there for a second, and I held into it, and then it spiked. I just pulled out, broke the top there.
That second screen pays off.
Yeah, exactly.
But the biggest thing is just the momentum that you see. Like I looked over to my, it was coming out with energy. That's why I took the position to begin with, that little box that I showed you guys a minute ago. And then I took a look at my 3 minute and my 5 minute and my Stotch RSI are all, kind of at the top. So it almost looks like it's going to start pulling back down, being overbought, but it's also upward energy.
And then, dude, I can't tell you how many trades that I've taken just with the Stotch completely straight up or completely straight down, and it's still.
Sometimes that's a signal for me to, take the position. If it starts curling over, then I'll be a little bit more questionable. But they were pretty much all three were straight up. Right now they're curling over. But Yeah, no. Yeah, 36.41.
Yeah, man, just knowing how to read the momentum can get you into some good trades with zero drawback, get in and out quick. That's really what I'm about. That's what I'm trying to hit. I had quite a few of them today that were pretty good. You know, you switch over your closeout screen and it's already blue. It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing, right? Is you want that zero drawback, and that's what I'm learning too. See, this is spiking hard, but again,
Holy.
I got my money. I'm happy. I don't even care. Don't miss it.
Now that's something I would have traded right there. You know, I wouldn't trade really any of this, although there were some clean moves in it, man. I mean, if you really wanted to get down to it, you could have caught this. Like I probably would have got in right here once it, you know, kind of got past all this price and it had momentum going down. I probably would have got into that real quick. Like 15 pips or whatever, take 5, 6 out of it.
Yeah, I love that. Like as soon as I started to see you trading higher volume, like you only need a 5, 10, 15 pips and you're laughing, right? Though you can get those all day long.
Yeah, it's so easy, man. Minimizes the chance. I want to learn how to make longer trades, but at the same time, the longer you sit in the market, you know, the longer you leave yourself wide open for something bad to happen.
Or who knows what's going to happen.
Given, I mean, you're still practicing risk management and everything. But I mean, at the end of the day, for me, I don't want to take any losses. I understand you're going to take them, but minimizing your losses is huge. So if I don't have to sit in something too long to get the job done, that's it. I don't need to do it.
I played with that too, the fundamental analysis there this weekend. Like I said to Derek, I think I spent probably 3 days straight just hammering on fundamental analysis and you know what news does to the charts and everything. And I took some big trades just to see, you know, just to kind of humor it and see what happened. And you know, the trade would be up $500-600, but it's not really to the zone that I want yet, and it hasn't made the full movement that I want yet. But then all of a sudden, there's speculative, you know, optimism that comes out that there's going to be a new cure for coronavirus, and then boom, 600-point jump, and there goes $1,000, right?
Man.
But again, based off of how terrible the news was for the weekend, the whole time you're sitting there holding out the position thinking that it's going to pull back, right, and fulfill what you've seen in the with news and with the charts, right? So I don't know, after that I said, you know, screw that essentially here this morning, and I pretty much made the money back, right? Just being in and out quick, no messing around. Like it's, I don't know, I find what we're doing so much more profitable. And again, like you said, you see the money quick. You're in the money or you're out. You either made a good call or a bad call. You can get in and out and be done. You don't have to sit and wait on it all day and stress out and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, that's the most attractive thing about US30 to me, man.
Yeah.
Being able to do it quick and get in and out. And that's, man, what we're doing in reading momentum, and it's powerful. It's powerful in any way that we can, you know, just get better at what we're doing. That's the last piece, man. I guess my overall analysis of the whole market and the direction that it's going could get better. But it's, you know, as soon as I get that down and that's just another confirmation to me in which way the breakouts are going to go. Minimize
on that volume profile now.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm glad to be on this call and have that up. I understand it. When you guys were posting pictures, I was catching on to some consistencies. Like I said, the breakouts, you know, there wouldn't be any of those nodes. And yeah, so are you guys using the cloud at all anymore?
No, I never did.
I didn't really, man. I still have it up though.
Well, click on that. Click on the volume profile. I want to see your chart.
Okay, let me do that real quick. Oh, you know what? That's pretty stupid. Hang on. Yeah, I drew it up on the other chart. Let me just do this real quick. That sounds like some money.
Mhm.
Just a bit.
Well, and again, that's a 5-minute though.
See how it skipped all them low volume nodes?
Yeah, well, and right where I would have drawn up my resistance, that's pretty dead on to where I would have got into the move to begin with. If I had my resistance right here, I'm always waiting for it to go a little bit, and I probably would have found my way in like right around this area.
At least you could have known where it was going to stop, at least on that high volume node up there.
Right. So this right here is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Somebody else is getting in on that too, eh?
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I just caught that.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool, man. I see that now.
And then,
We're right at that. Yeah, blew right through there.
Oh,
It's got a 10 box right there.
So now we're at POC from yesterday. So if it keeps up over the 25,149, it'll, show some more resistance there. But sometimes it just goes to POC and acts like a resistance and comes back. It just wants to see it and then find structure again.
man, I like that.
We're right there right now. Let's see, the minute just closed so I can create another box. Like this whole stretch, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades just on this from 24,984 up to
Okay.
the current level.
Man, that's nice right there.
That's what we do. All we do is
how are you at the POC from yesterday? Kyle?
Yeah, yesterday's POC was 25,132,
On what time frame?
30. So it kissed it perfectly just now and come back down.
Yeah, I need to learn how to catch that whole thing.
Here, hop over to my chart again for a sec.
Yeah. Let me
I'll show you what I got going on.
We're way above yesterday's POC on mine.
See me there?
yeah, you're good.
Yeah, what is this? 25th? Yeah, 25th. Right here. See how it just kissed it perfectly there?
Yeah.
And then returned. But I kind of out of structure right now, but I basically just made a box there, and once it blew out with energy, I took a position. Same thing with here. Took a position there, pulled back, and then launched.
No, what the hell? You're on US30.
Yeah, this is what I always trade. Dow
Yeah.
Jones
Are you on the
or US30.
See, it wouldn't come up on mine.
No, it's not coming up on mine either.
You guys
Perhaps.
all paid in?
What's that?
You guys pay for it?
Yeah. Now.
Weird. I'll after this, after we're done, I'll try to link it to the chat. See if I can't give you guys a link on my charts or something.
See, because I have another trading platform too, Thinkorswim, and it won't let me pull volume profile up on it either.
Oh, really?
Your FXCM. Here, let me try.
See that? How I can make another structure there if I want to. And it might bounce around once or twice there. And if it leaves with momentum, then I can take it.
Right. Like now.
Yeah, if I wanted to. But again, we're getting to that zone in the Stoch RSI where it's, might build pressure, or it's going to start curling up.
Right.
But it's all, again, it goes back to just understanding your technique and stuff, and knowing the charts, right? See, this one's curled down, so you're looking for a potential sell, but it's kind of going the other way. But it is nice though, because with that boxing method, like, see, for this one, it kind of wicked out a little bit. I just drag that down a bit.
Right.
And didn't have the energy that I wanted.
Yeah.
That's fine. But we're also getting oversold on the minute. But on the minute and 3 minute, we're overbought. So it's wanting to push down. So that minute is now showing me energy. So I would still be looking for a sell. So right now it's not giving me quite the energy that I want. But if it, does a 2 push forward, 2 back, and then, it's hard to explain. Like,
You just gotta feel
it's
it.
showing me the energy that I want. So I would have taken that. Right?
You just gotta feel it.
Yeah, it's just time on the charts, right? But for the people that are going to be watching this, like, the biggest thing is just getting, if you're going to do session volume in this boxing method, just practice it. And the time, hours and hours and hours and hours on the 5 minute or the 1 minute, whatever, you decide, or whatever works for you. It's just going to take that time to hammer it into your head, essentially. And then you get a feel for it. Like, but I also use my, what's it called? My parabolic SARs. And that would have been how it just broke. That SAR would have been a signal also. So it would have been like a third confirmation. See? But yeah, anybody else see anything that they want to point out?
I still don't know how the hell you got that on there.
I don't know, man. I never had to fight with it before.
Unless you lucked out.
I don't know. Never not had it. So this is what I've traded since I got in. As soon as I started IM, I got right into US30 and forgot about everything else.
Did you trade currency pairs before or no? You just
Yeah, I did. And I did well. Like, I did okay at them and stuff. And I was break even. I'd do good and I'd do bad. And I don't know. The biggest issue for me with currency pairs is a lot of the guys are trading 10 different currency pairs or whatever's the most active or whatever shows structure for the day, right? For me, it's just like, it's too much. Whereas if you look at my charts, like, I've got this drawn out. Look at it. Like, I've got this mapped. I know everything about, the movements and where the support and resistance lines are based off of previous structure. Everything's there, right? Like, where it's easy to master a pair if you know, like, if you're watching it like this, watching it 5-10 hours a day, how it moves, right? But if you're watching a whole bunch of different currency pairs, like, how do you get to know any one pair and how it likes to move when it's doing this, right? Or when you're, doing too many of them. But it just broke my, before close, it broke my uptrend. So now I'm looking for, a consolidation or a reversal, right?
Yeah, I'm boxing it out right now.
But even still, it doesn't matter. For what we're doing, it can consolidate. It can, have a huge reversal when we're, in and out of our trades and just scalping. Like, we can ride stuff out if it continues to go our way or whatever, right? But like stuff like right now, like, say I took a buy in this box that it's doing right now. Wicks up with the energy that I'm looking for. I take a buy, and then, we get close to this resistance line and it shows respect. Well, then I'd close out. But if it's, wicking past and disrespecting that resistance line, well, then, I might hold out and let it blow through and just ride it, right, to 25, 254, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden, you know what? You're riding a trade out, but you see your magic number, and maybe it's $100 for that day or a percentage of your account, and you just close out. As long if it keeps going, great. But you got your money, be happy,
Yeah, learn to handle your losses.
But like right now, see, it's doing exactly what I was talking about. And if I had taken,
Boom.
see, watch, and if it disrespects that line there,
I'd box
then
right there.
that shows us, yeah, I feel like it's going to keep testing the line, so don't worry about it. But, and then the same thing, just say it does reverse. As soon as you see that negative, you know, say your average is $50 positive per trade, just pulling a number out of my butt, and you see negative, well, there, one of your trades out of the last 10 is a wash. You know, you're not losing money for the day. You're just losing, you know, one of your wins.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. That's kind of the structure that I follow. But see, we're past our POC, and we are testing the 25-149. So, you know, it might want to pull back for the minute, or it won't even, because that's Stotch SRI is showing upward energy. So I feel like it'll give it a nice test. But again, it's just taking time on the charts and understanding it, right? And then if I wanted to, I could create another potential entry right there. Right? I don't know. But the biggest thing is just, if you guys, whoever's going to be watching this, if they want to get into session volume, just commit to it and just give it a solid go. And the time on the charts is what's going to give you the experience and the vision that you need to be able to actually use it. That was a big issue of mine before. I don't know, what was it, a couple weeks ago? You guys got me into this, the boxing method and the session volume, and I ended up closing out all of my indicators. I had 1 billion indicators, and I knew about them all, and they all made sense, but it was just washing out my screen with information, and you just couldn't keep up. So everything, it ended up contradicting each other, and you didn't know what to watch. But once Patrick showed me the volume that he's trading at, and see, it might return to POC and then retest. But yeah, when Patrick showed me the amount of volume and the low pips that he's catching, just simplifying everything was just huge for me. It's like the charts are so much cleaner now. Like I have my support and resistance line based off of session volume structure, and then I have my boxes and Stotch RSI, and that's about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that's what I tell people, man. Don't overdo it. Find something. It's good to test and back test, but you need to understand if the information that you're testing is going to benefit you, or if it's just a waste of time. Too many people get caught up trying to do all these indicators and different strategies, and they're really just dancing around the problem, which probably comes down to discipline.
Yeah, and just sticking with something.
Exactly. Find something that works for you, and whole thing might not work for you. Like when I started trading, I started with obviously Manny's strategy, and it didn't last very long that I was trading that strategy. I took the MACD, the stochastic, and the RSI from it, and that's pretty much
Triple
the only
fire
from it. What's that?
The triple fire.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I took from it, was just the indicators, and I started kind of doing my own thing. And then I stumbled on the US30. But yeah, just don't get
kind of what Omar was teaching when I got in was the triple fire, But then when I'd get home, it'd be like I'd be waiting forever for all three to line up,
yeah,
to get a perfect entry. And I was like, shit, I can't do that,
I think we might have started around the same time, because I'm pretty sure we did. And yeah, that's what he was teaching. But you're right, it just takes too long for me. I don't have time to watch and manage trades all day, nor do I like to.
Yeah. It gets ridiculous. Like I said, I tried the fundamental analysis this weekend and watching the charts. It turns into a solid 12-hour day. Whereas with this, I can hop on in the morning, make my goal in an hour, and then, just enjoy the rest of the day. And then if I happen to have some more time later on, just hop back on, make some more money, get in, get out, and be done.
Right.
Whereas when you're on the charts all day long, it's like you're so focused on everything going on. It's like it's not fun.
It starts to clutter, your mind. Too much going on. It was too much. I used to trade USD CAD. That was my main market. But go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying this is messing around up here. But it's still, looping around that POC, right? So it could have tested the zone above and then now retrace down. But it also could just be hovering around and consolidate around the POC. But anybody else wants to share their screens and point some stuff out, or?
Yeah, I guess let me share real quick. I just wanted to point something out about the point of control areas.
I'm just here learning, soaking everything in. So
Yeah, no, any questions, just ask, or anything you see that we might not be, just pointed out.
yeah, definitely.
The session volumes, like, it's kind of hard to teach somebody unless that's why I said just go to page 51 of that book and just start reading there and get your take on it. You know what I mean?
Seeing for me, like, it's hard for me because I'm not gonna lie. I watched a couple videos and listened to and been watching the posts that you've been making there, and I'm super like analytical. I absorb everything I see. So I honestly haven't even opened that book yet. It's down at the bottom corner of my screen, meaning to read it and meaning to open it, but I haven't. But it's just the time that you put on the screens and you get to see how everything's getting respected. But the
Right.
session volume is like, once you get it, it'll click, and it's like a roadmap. It just respects everything so much, right? So if we're getting into those zones where it's going to be resistance, then you can decide whether or not you want to take the trades or wait for it to break those lines. But it's like, it's such a perfect, like, natural actual point of resistance, whereas when you're kind of setting your own lines, you're kind of just guessing, right? And depends on how you're taught. But these things are like true, solid, respected lines. It blows me away. But
The only reason that I got into it was because, like, for one, I couldn't do support and resistance. I sucked at it. Patrick, you're fucking a god at support and resistance. But
Appreciate it.
when I got into it, it's like, what made sense to me is I watched I can't even remember the guy's name now, but a billionaire trader. And he said, those candlesticks, he said, all they are is just fancy looking deals up on the screen. He said, what you're actually trading when it comes down to it is you're trading price, where you have an agreed upon price from buyers and sellers of where a price is too high or a price is too low. And what that session volume is shows you that price. So you're actually, you think that you're trading support and resistance, but you're actually trading price.
Right.
If that makes sense. And where price was traded at an agreed upon price.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense, man.
yeah, it's an insane tool.
Well, the cool thing is when you're able to like piece everything together, it's like game changer, like literally.
Oh, when
You've
it
been using it now,
You're like 5-minute breakout to like the whole like session volume, like nuts. And I'm like piecing everything together. I'm like, oh, I'm like a kid in a candy store. It's like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is like wild.
Yeah, it gets like overwhelming, like with excitement. And it's so much fun. Like, I love it. I'm just getting more and more passionate about it every day that I trade. You just see more, and it just makes more and more sense, especially with that session volume, because it's like, it's just respect so much. It blows me away.
Yeah, I can't. It's harder for me, and maybe I'm just not seeing it, but that's why I wanted to get Patrick on, because he, down in the lower time frames, I see what you're doing now, Kyle, by boxing it out.
You see how like now it kind of wicked a little bit lower. I could either forget about it and wait for it to break out and do another structure, or I could drag my box down a little bit. But it's
right.
kind of
You're just working with it as it's going.
Yeah.
That's
Like here, I'll show you quick how I just kind of been dragging this. And then we'll go to Patrick because I think he wanted to show us something. Yeah, I know it's kind of been wicking down here. Still in active zones, and I just kind of just drag it down, right? But, or if it's, if it's doing silly stuff like this and I don't like it, I might just give it 10, 15 minutes and go do something else for a bit until it, figures out what it wants to do in life.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I see what Patrick does too, and I like it. But for me, I have like severe ADHD. I'm sure you could tell with how I talk and stuff. But I just get so bored so fast. I gotta be active, right? But
I hear you, man. Similar personalities with the
yeah.
ADHD there for sure. I guess.
Your structure was here, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'll switch screens here in a sec. Yeah, there's so many different entries and positions that I could have taken. I know that Patrick would have taken different positions as well, but it's just there's so many different tools you can do. Some people, might like the 3 minute. It's kind of in between, right? But
yeah, man, you dissect the market a lot closer than I do. That's what I'm seeing. You're catching
micro scalps.
Yeah, I guess that's how I'd put it.
And riding.
Well,
yeah, I was on a 3-minute chart for a while there for a little bit, and I was doing okay on it, but I don't know, my entries weren't that great.
Right. So, well, let me show you this. I want to make sure that you have a good understanding because, man, you tie that into what you're already killing it with the volume and everything. So if you get this down, it's going to be game over for sure. So I want to make sure you can get it. So on the 5 minute, that's how I would have marked it up right now. But first I'll go down to my 1 minute clean point touches here. Yeah. And then you got 2 touches here. I probably have 1 here too. So that's what I would call my support and resistance. I would say that this is a fake out, retest, or whatever. So I would narrow it down to my 1 minute just to get that. And then I'm just simply not going to touch it until it comes out of this area. So from there, I'm just going to go back and forth from my 1 minute, just going down to that 1 minute, to get a better idea of what it's doing. What I would make up out of this consolidation is that the candles are slowly struggling up towards the resistance, and the candles are closing out closer to the resistance versus as this candle started to close away from here and maybe make its way back down. I made a post in the group earlier. Whenever you're kind of seeing a consolidation like this that's going up, I've noticed that it'll narrow right up. Candles will close real small all the way up, and then it'll just melt. Or kind of same thing right here. But that's something I just picked up on earlier. I'm still kind of looking at it. But so, yeah, just going in between your 1 minute to get it down closer to what's going on. I guess let's go over here. Like, this is a real basic. So what I'm going after is I'm going after these clean consolidations in 5 or more candles, preferably. As I always say, it doesn't necessarily happen, but I'm looking for this right here. I mean, you still have big, healthy candles. These are pretty healthy candles, I would say. I mean, that's a 30 pip candle, right? Consolidation is going to vary on size, the way that it's going to range or whatnot. But I mean, I'm looking for these just clean consolidation wicks or, real close in a line right here.
At least with the session volume, you could catch that retrace and ride that whole thing now.
Right. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to be able to catch, because honestly, with the breakouts that I'm doing, your trades don't often get far enough for you to drop a stop loss in there before it knocks you out. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use the momentum of the actual breakout to get me further to be able to drop a stop loss in there, because some of these breakouts just come right back down, and then they often continue in the way. If it breaks out enough, I've noticed that it's going to continue going where it was going. It's just dancing around a little bit. But yeah, I want to catch this whole thing right here, because that's something I am getting better at. the reason that I do things the way that I do them is because dealing with emotion and getting spooked out of trades I shouldn't get spooked out of, all those type of reasons keep me doing it the way I am. But I'm getting more comfortable staying in trades longer, sitting through the storm, that pullback there. So yeah, that's why I'm really trying to learn this now. So maybe I can capture some of these 100 pip, 130 pip moves that happen in 40 minutes, not even, sometimes faster.
Hell yeah.
And even if you got in right here, even if you got in right there, I don't know where the wick stops, probably somewhere there. But anyway, 80 pips. I mean, I probably took 20. Derek, do you have any other questions on like how I'm getting the support and the resistance or anything?
No, not really. I got it. I just got to do it, I guess.
Right. And again, it's kind of the same thing that's going on with the session volume there, is having those point of controls, because even here, I wouldn't, me personally, if I was trading this right here, I have spoke on my re-entries being when another candle opens up and then passes up the previous candle. But I don't even think I even would have got in right here with, with all this going on. And I believe that's a point of control. I think Kyle was talking about it.
Yeah.
But in this area, you can just see it right here. Price had an issue here. This whole area right here, price had an issue. It all consolidated and stayed there for a while. So I probably wouldn't even have taken that re-entry just with this being here. So it seems like what you're doing is real similar, to how I'm coming up with my support and resistance anyway. Give or take some points, but
it's still all levels, no matter either way.
Exactly.
Either you look at it or I look at it. We're trading levels, but
right.
As long as you know how far it goes and I learned from you where to get in at on a smaller time frame, then
I'm just good at picking up. I guess I'm good at reading when that momentum's just going to burst. And that's why I guess I've narrowed it down to my support and resistance being exact, because, I'm catching breakouts. I'm not catching fake outs where they're showing you momentum, but it's really not carrying through. That's the difference. You get caught up in this situation right here. This situation right here, clearly that was a fake out.
Yeah.
Just to retest and come back versus this. But I had marked my entries roughly the same price. So I've just been focusing a lot of my attention on just reading the actual momentum right around these points, right around the support, the resistance, and those levels. And
so like mark that pin bar down there at the bottom with a red straight vertical line, if you would.
Where?
That pin bar at the very bottom
down here?
Yeah, mark that.
Like right here.
No, just that single pin bar.
There?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna highlight
it. Now go to the hour chart.
Yeah, probably not gonna be able to see it. Is that it? Yeah,
no.
It right there. Yeah, that's it right there.
So at least you would have seen by price action at least a little bit of a helping hand there.
Yeah. When I start, before I start trading, I'm gonna go to the 1 hour. 30.
I just took a trade by accident.
Right now?
Yeah, on the way down there, and I just closed out. It was funny. Made a bit of money on accident. Okay, carry on.
That's an okay accident.
Yeah, it just reminds me of the cat walking across the keyboard. It's funny.
My daughter was in my wife's arms, and she accidentally placed a trade, and it was a win though. So that was pretty good.
That's awesome.
You gonna teach your kids how to trade?
Oh yeah.
Got to, right? You got to.
Yeah, my son, he's 8. He's already so interested. He'll sit and watch.
Man, I wish I got introduced to this even in high school or something.
Me too.
When I still lived at home and didn't have bills and didn't have to work if I didn't want to.
Yeah.
It's hard though, man, because you get involved with the wrong group. Like, you're in and out of this in days. It just seems like a big sham and doesn't make any sense, right?
You gotta want to do this. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, absolutely. But it also has to make sense, like quick. You get introduced with the wrong people that don't know how to explain it, like you're just
not
gonna stick around, right?
I mean, this stuff was hard to begin with, even being exposed to the group I did, and I wanted to quit at times. You know, you get exposed to somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about, and putting you down the wrong road and blowing smoke up your ass.
Just think how many people almost had message him wanting to get in our group.
What's that?
I mean, just imagine all the people that have messaged Omar wanting to get into our group. And he gets like 6 or 7 messages a day of people wanting, you know.
That's insane. That's terrible. People are just out there fucking.
They're just recruiting, though, you know. At least Omar actually gives a shit.
He's actually teaching you the skill set.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm only in this for the trading myself. You know, if it ends up turning into a big thing and I'm making a living at it and people are asking me what I'm doing, then I'll get them in it. But I haven't recruited a person yet. I'm in it for.
That comes, man. It'll come. What I found, like, I wasn't into the recruiting at all either. And then I just started, and pretty much you learning to trade and being successful at trading, you don't have to do anything in the other field. People just come to you, and it's that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I didn't really, want to do the whole recruiting thing either, but I learned quickly that I have a passion for, helping people out and seeing people succeed, especially with financial freedom. That's huge. And yeah, man, from there, I'm just trying to help out as many people as I can to learn this skill and understand US30 the way that I do.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's fun.
Yeah, man.
Once you know what's going on, it's just a blast.
This is like addicting, like a really good addiction.
What it was for me is when my buddy got me introduced to it and signed me up, and I got into the team. What really hooked me was the first few videos of the academy and then looking back at the chart, because I saw the chart so many times before I signed up and didn't have a clue what I was looking at. But once I went through those first few videos and you started to pick up on what's actually happening, that's when I was addicted right then and there.
Yeah.
Ty, you've been using Session Volume and Patrick's, haven't you?
I've been kind of dabbling with both, kind of learning, kind of figuring it out, but I've had some hard falls, but I got to keep getting back up and keep learning, right? And just ultimately keep being a student, right? Keep showing up, right? So
what are the mistakes you're making?
I think I just got to work on my entries, like where I'm like actually like entering, because like I get faked out like a lot, like.
Right. Well, it could be, reading that momentum too. As far as entries go, for me, there's only one place I'm entering.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's also other factors that come into it. How the market's moving, the momentum, what direction it's going in, and so forth. But as far as entries, if you're doing what I'm doing, stick to that entry, nail your support resistance, and do not just simply read the momentum once it passes.
Mm-hmm.
When I came up with whatever I was doing, I had to discipline myself because I had to get it to a point where I wasn't paying any attention to the consolidation. Now I'm reading it and, picking up on patterns within the consolidation, but it got to a point with me, I had to discipline myself to just, never mind the consolidation at all. And I'm not even really looking at it until it's close to the support of the resistance. Now I do take some moves that'll, they'll start in consolidation and carry through my resistance into the breakout. I've gotten a little bit better at reading stuff like that. But it'll come, man. It'll come with time. You've been killing it though.
Now, if you think that you're going to carry that, if you're going to carry that on through, do you look at your hour to see, hey, is there a candle that, a good price action candle that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like say if you're going to get in on your 5 and you see it drop down and hit your support and you think, well, maybe this is it. Do you ever flip back to your hour and look at your hour?
Yeah, I'll flip out to my further time frames just to see if it makes sense, because it's totally going against what I, do to begin with. I don't trade.
Maybe it's not a good idea, like, to enter that trade if you see it like going the opposite way on like the 1 hour chart.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go out. I'll look at my overall time frames to see, if the overall structure of the market even makes sense. Like, does it look like it's due for a drop? Stuff like that. But generally, I'm not doing that. There's different situations. Let me see if I can find one real quick that I'll talk about. Yeah. So let me show this real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this situation right here. So this would be a situation where I got into a trade before it broke my support or resistance. So right here, it was really just, it was struggling real hard, but at the same time, it was slowly coming up to the resistance. So
solid candles too.
Yeah. So it kind of leaves this gap here. And now that we start to get a break, I did not get in here. I got in on this candle. Once it passed up here, and right in this area with momentum, I got in here and carried it here. I think I got out at the support though, and then re-entered again after it broke. But I'll take some trades like that, like I had stated, and it kind of happened again right here. The consolidation right here looks very similar to what was going on right here, and it all resulted in, big drops. So I've been noticing the way that these consolidations are forming. And in these two situations, I would get in right here. In the middle. I've been seeing that quite a bit, like once, twice, couple times a day out of the whole times that I'm trading. But so, that's another thing. Every situation is different, everything plays out different, but
yeah. So we went on see right there on that drop, you were at a high volume node. So there's a low volume node that it bounced off of, but then you're expecting it to go back down to either another low volume node or the point of control.
Okay.
So if you saw that, you know what I mean?
Right on the POC.
Rejected it.
Because you were out of your value area. Your value area was right here to here.
So it just ran pretty much. So
you get something like this, it'll either bounce it a little bit, which it was trying the whole time right there. Come up, you hit a high volume node right here, and then it pushed back down for the downside, headed straight back to the point of control. So,
man, that's huge. I'm gonna definitely put a lot of studying into that.
It doesn't take much, man. As soon as you just use it, honestly, and definitely do the reading so you get a thorough understanding of it. But once you just start using it, it makes sense quick, because it's just, you'll see how it's respecting these zones. It's like I was saying, it's a roadmap. It's built in, support and resistance. Once you know where they are on the structure, like,
right,
just respects them to a T. I don't know. For me, it blows me away. I don't know.
Patrick, you don't need anything else except it says volume profile, page 51. If you go from here and start reading, which is like a lot of pages, but there's a lot of big pictures too,
Yeah.
It explains everything. What the D shape is, what the P shape is.
Yeah, once I hit that down, there we go. It's breaking out of that area. I don't know how far it'll go, but yeah, even before this call, or even the first call that we did about the volume profile, man, when you would post pictures, I started to see those consistencies. So I'm gonna read up on it read up on it again and, man, try to really apply it to what's going on right here with what I'm doing. And I think that that's going to be a total game changer for me. I'd like to, get rid of those few losses that I have a day.
Oh man, you'll get in at the perfect entry, and then you can at least know how far you're gonna ride it.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing I like about it is you can pretty much predict where it's going to go to. That'd give me a lot more confidence as well to sit in something longer. Half the time I get into a breakout, I'm in and out because I don't know if it's going to retest, but it went far enough for me to make something on it. So
even still, man, those long positions, like I said, I've been playing with them, and as soon as you see your dollar figure that you want, like, fuck, I've just been finding it's way better just to close it out. Otherwise, it ends up pulling back, and you maybe end up getting a quarter of what you had or whatever. Right?
yeah, exactly. That's the worst.
Finding out those big moves is great, but if you can make, you turn up your, if you have sniper entries like you've been having, and you get a good pull, like you can make way more money in a fraction of the time. You just change your volume accordingly, right?
Yeah, no, you're right about that. I mean, when you get those huge pulls that are like 20 pips, just off the rip.
Yeah.
Man.
And if you're sniping entries, that's all you got to do, right? You can make your money in, an hour on the chart.
I'm just wondering how annoying does it get doing as many entries? I mean, I guess they'll get smaller as the account size gets bigger, the number of entries, but I'm trying to slim this down and make it, as easy as
but all you need is that one damn. I mean,
yeah, if you catch that big one, I mean.
But that's the thing, though, is if your percentage of success is high enough, all you have to do is change your leverage.
All you need is that a day. Good God. Put a fucking $5 lot size on that, buddy. Take your 70% and pay them fucking whatever, and you're golden.
Well, that's just it, though. Like, not even, like, if you're depending on, what your goal is and how good your percentage is and how, what your confidence is like, a 10, 20 pip move, you can make, $500.
Oh, yeah.
Have, that confidence, right?
I hit a pretty good one earlier.
But yeah, no, it would be nice to take those big moves with that high volume, but we'll be there in no time the way that things are going.
If you could do that like 5 days a week, fuck, $500 a move.
That's just it, right?
Patrick, you're doing the FTMO, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna do it. I need to look into the details a little bit more, and I haven't really had time to sit down and do it, but yeah, it's definitely a good opportunity, man. I'm pretty sure that's how Q Banks started up, like trading the big money.
Yeah, it's madness. His accounts and his trades. I just started following him a little bit too.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. I was reading a post where he was bashing iMarkets Live.
Really?
Yeah, but he started with iMarkets Live.
Everybody has their experiences, right? When I first
started, I was just curious to see. I was just curious though, because this guy, I guess his story is he started with the academy and then he started trading other people's money, doing the FTMO or whatever. But I was just curious as to why he said that or what experience he had. Not that
it's like Jay Takes Profit, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Those guys started with IM. Yeah, I watch him too. That's the thing though, is when I first started, I started with under somebody that, I don't know, don't want to talk shit, they're still a friend, but it was a little bit of I don't know, I wasn't happy with the situation, and I left with a pretty sour taste in my mouth with IM, and then found Omar on Instagram and ended up bugging him a bunch to get in on the group, and said, hey, I'll start, get back in it if I can be under you and in your group, because he's he shares a lot of posts and does a lot of promoting, and it just
I've known Omar since like August 2018 when I first met him. I've been back like going back, like a year and a half ago.
No
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, because we were in like a previous company like together, and like I knew him from there, and then I've been like watching him all along, and then it's just it just got too much where I couldn't say no. I was like, I gotta get in on
Right.
this. So.
It is difficult because when they make the posts about the charts and all this other stuff, it's like, what is this guy going on about? Because you
Yeah.
don't know what you're looking at, right? Once you get in and you're doing it and it makes sense and you're with the right people to make sense of it, it just
And
gets.
this literally smashes like, cause I was in like affiliate marketing before, like this just smashes it out of the water like tenfold. Like
Ty was spending $900 a month on ads and shit.
Holy
saving
shit.
$900 a month, and I spend $900 a month between software, funnels, ads, and all this other crap. So I'm literally saving $700 a month, and I'm making money.
That's meant.
That's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. How long? Sorry, I was messing with the trade there. I'm done. But how long did you say you've been trading for there, Ty?
Not even a month.
A month? Yeah. Yeah. See, just give it some more time, and your entries will come. Are you doing
like,
live then?
like
or
it's been like 2 days over a month. So yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you get into the boxing method and you're watching for that momentum specifically, it doesn't take long to be able to see it and understand what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll just come.
No, I'm just coming here being a sponge, just literally absorbing all the info and just like applying and learning and just being a student, really.
No, it's good. Are you live then?
Yeah, I'm live. Yeah.
Okay, right on. Yeah.
I was live within 3 weeks. So.
Yeah, I've never had a demo, but I've also spent unbelievable amounts of money learning.
It'll pay off.
Oh, it's been paying off. I'm happy. Yeah, it was.
Well, that's the thing that people got to understand as well is like, demo and live are the same thing essentially, but it's not gonna be. When you take on that live trade, it's something different, man.
It's like this emotion. It's like pulling at you, and it's like then it's weird.
Everything that I mean, now I've got, I'm well over it now, but when you first started, to what I can remember was it's just like, man, you placed a trade and like anything you knew about trading just escaped your mind as soon as you entered. Your emotions take over and you're just you want so and it's hard to deal with greed and the emotions. Just you'll feel them on demo if you're passionate about what you're doing, but it's just going to amplify once you go live. And
I tried it I think I did it for a day maybe, and it just didn't make sense to me personally. It was such a disconnect for me. I just couldn't put it together. So I was live immediately. But
I ran a demo on this for like 2 weeks straight. Well, because like, dude, I fucking work all kinds of crazy ass hours. So like, I never know when I'm gonna get home or what I'm doing one day to the next. So like when I learned about this session volume, I sat here for a demo or for like 2 weeks till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just sitting watching, just
right.
whatever I was doing, just fucking watching, dude. Placing trades here and there and see how far I could run them. Just testing and testing and testing.
Man, that was a battle for me though. You work a lot. That was the same battle that I was dealing with. Is like whenever I got home, the last thing I wanted to do is sit there and stare at a chart. That's the last thing I wanted to do. But to top it off, nothing was really going on with any markets that I traded, and finding time, like I'll be at work when everything's happening and I wasn't able to make moves. So that's why once I got away from that, and now, on US30, that's taking that right out of the picture. I'll trade today. I think I was trading like 30 minutes before I was done. And, you got the rest of your day.
I started out trading gold with Omar, but then I got to like realize, like even when I went live, it was like I'd start out with a small lot size, like 0.01 or 0.02, on gold, and I'd get in right when Omar, said, "Hey, let's get in," or we're good to go, I'd be in. Well, then Omar's like posting shit like got like $300 profit, and he's already out. And then I just fucking hit zero, dude. The fucking trade was already done, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then it was just because the spread was like so huge on gold that it took every pip that I made, it just went to the spread, and then I was back at zero, and I was like, son of a bitch.
That's what got me
Paying
hooked on
with
US30.
nickels and dimes. Yeah. Anybody get in on this?
Yeah, I've been taking bits of it, but I just closed out and it pulled back and just kissed the negative 28 cents, but I was up 10. It's funny how fast it can retrace on you.
Yeah, I told myself I wasn't going to do any more trading.
Just moving so nicely. I've been taking
Yeah, it's moving.
even on the call, I'm up $64.
Nice.
It's been good, but
Hey,
I'm kind of chilling out now.
Dude, maybe you have the different US30 because you're not. It shouldn't be. Maybe because you're out of the States.
me.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I've been searching for that, and I cannot find what you have on your chart.
Because he can only get Wall Street and then session volume. That's it. And I can only get the same thing on mine.
Weird.
Because I
I'll
can't
try
get the Dow Jones and session volume on the same chart. Like, it will not let me.
Are you at 25107.0?
Yeah.
What's that? One more time.
25106.5.
Just broke 25.102.3 range.
I'm on 25.109.5.
Yeah.
101, 102. Yeah, I don't know. That's
That
weird.
one's the Dow Jones, yeah. And probably. It's close, but it's not quite the same. But
Weird. I don't know.
What's your say, Dow Jones?
Dow Jones Industrial Average Index 1. Or the 1 is the 1 minute, sorry. Just Dow Jones Industrial Average Index.
See, that's the one that I use.
FXCM.
What is it?
FXCM, it says afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that means.
so that's like the person it's tied to, like that account.
No, that's the broker. Or
Makes sense.
yeah.
The
Whoever's
broker it's tied to.
casting that currency or whatever. Yeah, see, that's what I love about US32 is you don't have to ever worry about the spread, messing up your trades or comp costs or anything like that. It's just there's no fees unless there's a swap or something. Like it's great. I love it.
Hey, Kyle, question for you. So does yours say, because there's two different ones for the US30 Dow Jones, because there's currency calm, Lev, and then there's this currency calm. So if you go into your, yeah.
No, his is FXCM.
Okay. It's my type in US30.
Simple info. There you go.
Can you take a picture of that?
Yeah, I'll
Send it to me.
take a screenshot.
You'll have to do it after.
Or you could just go Control Command and then hit the 4 on a Mac and you take a screenshot.
Madness. I don't know nothing about computers. My kid just trips right out when he comes in here. He's like, "Why do you have all these gaming screens? You don't even play games." It's like literally just for trading. What am I going to here? Symbol info, and then what am I hitting on the Mac?
So go Shift Command and then 4.
Will it screenshot this screen? This is like one of my 3 screens.
Yeah, so it'll screenshot and then you can pick where you want to screenshot. So go Shift Command first and then hit the number 4. And then it'll give you a tool and then you just draw a box around what you want to. Yeah, and then it should pop up on your cursor. So Shift Command and then number 4.
Oh, cool. That's a cool trick.
And then you can just drag a box around wherever you want, and then it'll screenshot it, and then I'll just save it to your desktop. So
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
Is that the information you want? That's good.
Yeah, and then it'll be on your desktop, and then you can just file in the chat or whatever. So
Sick. Yeah, I'll do that.
so just open up the Facebook Messenger chat after, and then look for the photo on your desktop, and then just upload it, and you're good. So
Okay.
Dude, we don't have it. Hey, where are you at, Kyle?
25096.
No.
Grand Prairie,
Yeah,
Alberta, Canada. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, well, Ty, you're in Canada.
I'm in Canada. I can't get it.
Where are you at?
I'm on Vancouver Island.
Oh yeah, I'm from Surrey.
Oh yeah, I'm in just north of Nanaimo. So
Okay, right on.
on the island.
Nice.
UD day here, man. Holy shit. Hot, sick, plus 20.
Yeah, no. I'm excited. This is gonna be good. Oh, it's
So
making
value area, probably.
Yeah, it's trying to go again.
on the new formation, like the new session for today. It's just kissed the support. See that right there? It's
Yeah.
kind of building higher nodes in that area, but as it kissed it a minute ago, there was pretty much nothing there. So you could have your, start drawing up and respecting the support and resistance on this new current session.
Right.
But
Oh, yeah.
now, like it's gonna break.
Yeah, on the 30-minute chart, I still go off of the previous 24 hours.
I do too, but it's still right now. It's respecting. I was just kind of pointing out. Yeah, no, I'll follow this previous structure until this one is a lot bigger. I don't know, a few hours in, I guess.
Dude, I want to know why we can't get that.
Did you get it? I shared it in the Slack chat.
Oh, you put it.
So you're at what are you at? 25?
083.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Once we make our millions, we'll have to go do these like little trading excursions. Go somewhere dope.
Yeah,
See
we're
out and strategize.
Somewhere where you're in like a New York time zone though. Like, don't get me wrong, like Hawaii's cool and all, but New York opens, it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've been finding that's been the best time.
When's that?
New York.
Oh yeah, that's when I trade it, man. First thing, well, maybe 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, like an hour or two after it opens. It depends.
Yeah, that's for London close, 10 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's a wicked one too. London close, London open.
Yeah, that's
all the opens and close. I like the power hours and stuff, especially if you can read the momentum. You can take advantage of power hour. Insane.
I've made a lot of money on power hour, and I've also lost a lot.
I haven't lost a lot since that one time. Like, I don't know if you guys.
I mean, I remember. You
remember? That was madness.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
I was killing it too before that, and I was up. I think I doubled my account. I went from like
you did
$900 to a $2,200 account, back down to $300 in a matter of no time.
Holy shit!
I didn't know about power hour and market close, so I was scalping, and I was pretty confident in my position. And I walked away, left it for about an hour. I came back, and power hour had hit. So I looked on my screen. I had 3 positions. Each one of them were like negative 500 and whatever each. And then I went to close, and it was market close. And then it jumped after when it reopened. I think it jumped another 300 points. It was insane. It was that huge. I think it was a 700-point move in power hour, and then a 200-point move in market close. It was unreal.
Yeah, from there on, you learned what power hour was.
Yeah, and now I make money on power hour.
Exactly. There you go. Learning from those mistakes. And
Yeah. Well, power hour for me lines up on my 1 hour lunch break. So I'm just like, it's like
there you
perfect
go.
time.
Oh yeah, if you can catch it early enough and get the direction that it's going, like
I got like the thing is like I'm starting to take my iPad to freaking like work in my truck and freaking like scalping.
Yeah.
yeah. See, I'm it's a gift and a curse for me. I haven't there hasn't been any work in my area for a while. Like it's an oil town and everything is totally dried up.
Is that Grand
So,
Prairie?
yeah, I haven't worked since I think a couple weeks since January,
Mm-hmm.
December-ish. So since April 15th, I think I've just been doing nothing but trading. So I'm just making a solid run at this to make it a profession.
Well, you also got the time to do it too, which is
Well, that's
awesome.
what I mean, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't even have a choice. There's nothing else to do right now. You can't even drop off resumes because everywhere's closed.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do?
You trade.
Oh
You
yeah.
trade.
Right.
That's
So what
right.
would you do right before trading? You just sit with your thumb in your bum and wonder, what's going to happen, right? But now it's just like just making bank.
Well, now you're kind of stepping into that higher power, right, of like yourself, right, and kind of like taking on a new skill set and learning, right, and like growing and evolving, right, and kind of expanding like your mindset, your skill set, and
Yeah, absolutely, man.
really just manning the fuck up and taking control of your life. So that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, fellas, listen. Unless you guys got any other questions, I gotta get going.
Yeah, no.
Is there anything else, man? I mean, I hope I cleared some things up, and I definitely want to do some more work with this session volume. So, yeah, we're gonna be talking again soon.
Yeah, we can do this on a more regular basis if you want. Like,
I think we should. I think trading together as well. I know that I trade better, when I trade with my wife because we're always bouncing ideas off each other. So we should try to definitely do more of this.
absolutely, some of the best sessions that we've had lately, for me, anyways, has been when everybody's chiming into the group chat, and it's just like, why not just hop on a live and just get through it together.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely down for it, man.
I'm so down.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll get some stuff together and just start doing this more often for sure. But you guys have a good rest of your night, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll get the recording upload there to YouTube, so, and then I'll post the link. So
All right, man. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
yeah, no worries. My pleasure.
All right, take it easy, fellas.
See you guys. Thanks.